guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do a matte and glossy tumbler. This is for a friend of mine. She wanted a black glossy tumbler, or I'm sorry, a black matte tumbler. The leopard spots are going to be glossy and the decal is going to be matte as well. So it's going to be pretty cool. All you're going to need is your 20 ounce or whatever kind of tumbler that you're going to use. This is a 20 ounce from Maker Flow Crafts. My link will be in the description. And I painted it black with some ultra matte, I think it was, black Rust-Oleum. And I went ahead and did a coat of epoxy just to make it easier to put decals and such on. So, and you're going to need your final sand and your steel wool. I used the grade 00. So I think that's all we're going to need, and with all of that being said, let's get started. Alright, so like I said, this has one coat of epoxy on it, and this is the decal I'm going to be using. It says hustle until your haters ask if you are hiring. And I just made the boxes myself. I got on Cricut Design Space, and I got 2 squares, and I made one slightly smaller than the other one. I put the smaller one inside of the big one, selected it all, sliced it, and so it made an outline. So I just duplicated the outline and overlapped them and tilted them a little bit. And then I put the decal inside the boxes and sized it, and so I thought it looked good. This is 3.5 by 3.5, and I've got my transfer tape somewhere right here. So all I'm going to be doing today is adding this decal, and I'm going to put a couple coats, a couple coats of epoxy over it, because this is the only decal that will be staying on the tumbler. So whenever we put the leopard spots on, it's kind of going to be like a peekaboo effect with the leopard spots and the final sand to make it matte and the leopard spots to be glossy. So I want this to be nice and smooth on there before I start the other process of making the tumbler matte. So I'm going to put this about in the middle of the cup. I'm trying to make sure that I get it nice and smooth. I just messed up the decal there. I'll have to fix it once it gets on the cup, I think. I don't think I can fix it while it's on the tape. Maybe. Okay. So I'm just trying to make sure it's nice and straight. I like to push down the middle first and then just go one side at a time with my thumb and push the decal down. This kind of helps eliminate any wrinkles in the decal. Because sometimes these boxes going around, because I've done a couple cups with these, and these boxes going around a curved cup like this, you know, around the cup, makes it kind of wrinkly. And if you do get a wrinkle or so in there, it can be fixed. I'm going to fix that letter U. Just going to peel it up. This is another reason why I like to put epoxy down before I do my decals most of the time, because if something happens and I mess up, I can play around with it and fix it without it pulling up the paint. Alright, so I'm just going to put a couple of coats over this to make sure everything's good and smooth, and then I will show you guys how to move on to the next step. So it's been a couple of days and I have 2 coats of epoxy over this. That is the last bit of epoxy you'll have to put on this, so this last step, when it's done, no more epoxy will be required. Everything is super glossy right now, obviously because of the epoxy, but we're going to change that here soon. I got these leopard spots that I'm going to be using off of Etsy. I'll go back and find the exact shop that I got them from, but I just typed in fuzzy leopard spots on Etsy. So what I'm going to do now is weed out these leopard spots, and obviously this color, you know, I'm not going to be keeping these on the cup. So like any peekaboo method, choose a color of vinyl that you don't care to waste, because all of this is going to be wasted. None of it's staying on the cup. It will all eventually be in the trash. So I've literally had like a 12 by 12 sheet of this color for months, and it's a gorgeous color, but I've never used it. I've never had a customer request for it. So now I think all of this is weeded out. I'm going to go ahead and put all of the leopard spots on the cup, and like I've done in my previous video where I did leopard spots, I just do them at little sections at a time. I'm not super great at taking a big piece of transfer tape and putting them on. Alright, so now this is super matte. I don't know if you can really tell because of my ring light. Maybe if I turn it off. This is like super, super matte now. So now the next and final step that you're going to do is peel off every single one of the leopard spots that you put on. So let's go ahead and get that started. And that's it. So you don't have to put any more epoxy on this because of course it won't be matte anymore. But this is the end result of the matte and glossy tumbler tutorial. This of course will be my last video of 2020. And before I go, I just wanted to tell you guys thank you so much for making 2020 an amazing year, amazing first year for my YouTube channel. And I hope to only continue to grow in 2021 and keep providing videos to help you guys. So guys, thank you so much. That is all I have for you, and Happy New Year. Bye.